Hello everyone, welcome to Awkward Author. My name is Alyssa Grasso and this is my weekly vlog and podcast about my sometimes awkward, always awesome author life. I have my latest author income report for you, so you can find out how much or how little I made in the month of February. I'm going to apologize in advance. I normally put together some graphics for you to go along with the video so you have a visual when I'm talking about my author income report, and unfortunately, I did not get to that this week. I had plans to do it yesterday. What happened was we got some snow overnight. Like yesterday morning when I got up, it was all done snowing. The sun was shining. It was a beautiful winter day. It was actually very pretty outside, and it wasn't even too cold. But, I mean, it was cold. It wasn't warm or anything, but it wasn't frigid or anything. It's actually colder today. Anyway, around 10 o'clock yesterday morning, though, the power went out, and it stayed out. I actually went out and ran some errands because it was like, everything I need to do at the house was stuff I needed electricity for. I mean, I did some writing, because I have a laptop, so it's got a battery in it, so I can use it for a while, but I didn't want to use it all up just in case I needed it later, so I wasn't sure how long the power was going to be out. So went out, did some errands, came back, and the power was still out by 5-6 o'clock. It's starting to get dark out, and still the power was out. It was getting colder. I was bundled up under a blanket waiting for hoping that the power would come back on, because when I went on the, on my phone on the website for the power company, they said estimated time, or a crew had been dispatched and customers would have power they expected by 4 p.m. today, meaning the next day. And I was like, oh, I'm not going to make it if that's what they're saying. But thankfully, they came last night and fixed it, and so I think around 7, I was back in business again. But then I had all this stuff I had to catch up on, because all the stuff that I was planning on doing during the day, I couldn't do without, electricity. So I got all my numbers together for you, but I didn't actually make the graphic, so you'll have to just imagine the graphic. I mean, it's not too hard to imagine, since my pie chart was going to be pretty much Amazon, and so it wasn't really much of a pie chart. But I'll get into that in a little bit, I guess. As far as my week writing, it's still been I've still been getting settled into things here, so I haven't really gotten into a routine yet, because it seems like there's something going on every day that I gotta deal with. I got stuff I gotta do today, but tomorrow, which would normally be a day I could focus on doing stuff here at home, I'm gonna do stuff, but I'm not gonna do this, do any writing, because I've got the gas company has to come to do some safety check thing or something, which is nonsense, because it's been fine, but just because you're switching over the account, they have to check things. So I got that. They're coming sometime in the morning. It also happens to be my boyfriend's birthday tomorrow, so I have all kinds of cooking and baking that I'm going to be doing. So I mean, that's not related to moving in, but it's just, and then it is his birthday, so I'll actually be seeing him. So anyway, yeah, so it's not going to be a writing day tomorrow either, and yeah, one of these days, life will get back to normal. I just feel like it's been pretty hectic and pretty crazy lately. So, that's what's going on here. And I did get a little bit more writing in, as I said. I think I'm up to around 73,000 words on my manuscript. Not sure what we're going to be clocking in at when it's all said and done. Probably upwards of 80, I'm thinking. It may get trimmed a little before it actually, is ready for publication. And most likely will. In most cases, there is some trimming that goes on. No matter how well you outline a book, there's always going to be extraneous stuff that doesn't need to be there. So, yeah. We'll see what happens. So maybe the published version will be 75,000 words, or thereabouts, I'm thinking. I don't know. We'll have to see how that goes. That's quite a ways away yet. I mean, I haven't even finished the first draft of it yet. And then, for me, like I finished the first draft. It's still got, you know, a lot of work to do. I've still got a lot of work to do on it, I mean, and so I will, you know, at some point sit down and go back through it at least once, probably go through it then a second time, and then, you know, then I get some outside help on it. So that's kind of my process there with that. The other thing that sort of writing related, I think I mentioned like a few weeks ago, probably a month ago now, I was working on outlining some chapters for the book I'm working on, and it's going to be the first of a 3-book series, so I had wanted to actually, you know, kind of go into like all 3 books, and I knew that I had notes on the second book somewhere, and I couldn't find them, and I was very frustrated, and I was venting to you about that, and just, you know, things were pretty chaotic at that point. I mean, they're still chaotic, but they were really chaotic at that point as far as, you know, stuff being boxed up and not being able to find things and all that good stuff. So I don't know what I was even doing the other day. It was like some stuff in my bedroom. Like, it wasn't even here in the office. And I'm like, oh wait, what is this notebook, you know? And I opened it and I was like, oh, it's like, you know, an outline. It was the outline for the book I'm working on, which I'd already, like, you know, typed into the computer and everything. And then I was like flipping more pages. I was like, oh wait, this is, you know, this is what I'm looking for. It was my notes on the second and even some notes on the third book. So that was exactly what I was looking for and exactly what I wanted to find. So I was very excited when that happened. And so I spent some time, I guess, over the weekend. I'm not sure when it even was now, but I spent some time working a little bit on, I was gonna say working a little bit more, but I hadn't actually started the outline for the second book, so I've been, you know, working just a little bit on getting that outlined. So, I mean, I've made like just a dent, like just a really tiny dent in getting that outline written. So there has been some writing progress, you know, both actual writing and outline writing going on this week. So definitely getting more into the swing of things, even though I still feel like I'm way behind and sort of out of sync, out of whack, but getting there. I'm on the right path, we'll say that. Now, as far as selling books and making money for them, I don't know if I'm on the right path. I don't know what path I'm on. Little by little, I'm moving books and making some money, and that's good. And so coming from the, you know, the traditional world to self-publishing, one thing I'm seeing is that I'm actually making money. I'm making money every month, which is not something that was happening, you know, when I was a traditionally published author. I mean, there were advances that I received, which is basically most of the money I received. I mean, one book earned out its advance, so, you know, I did see some subsequent royalties from that. Not a huge amount. Okay, and the advance was not a huge amount. So, yeah, I mean, I'm actually making money every month, and, you know, it's real money. It's not, you know, $1 checks or something like that coming in, and it's every month. That's, you know, something that's nice about self-publishing. When you're traditionally published, you usually get paid, if you get paid at all, twice a year, so every 6 months. So it is a nice thing to actually have money coming in every month from my books, even if it isn't a lot of money. So I will get into the author income report. Use your imagination to picture lovely pie charts. You can picture beautiful pie charts using the most, you know, using all your favorite colors, I guess. I don't know. So this month, nearly all the money I made was on Amazon, which is how it seems to go. And it's also the only place that I really had any ads running as far as, you know, stuff that I was promoting. So that is part of it, but most of the stuff I still didn't even sell based on ads. So as far as I can tell anyway. So on Amazon, my money came from ebooks, paperback sales, and I have some things that are in Kindle Unlimited, so page reads. But most of my money came from ebook sales, which was $51.57. $41.59 was in the US, and then no UK this month, but I had Europe, India, Canada, and Australia making up the balance of it, and pretty well split between those 4 locations. So 51.57 from ebooks. My paperback sales through Amazon. So I have books published through, what is it called now? It used to be CreateSpace. I'm Kindle Print. Is that what it's called? That doesn't sound right. But whatever the heck Amazon's book publishing thing is, 15.23 in paperback sales, and then about $8.90 made on page reads, roughly. That's, an estimate there. And so total of $75.70 coming from Amazon, my Amazon sales. And then the only other places I sold books in the month of February was on Apple, where I had $5.60 coming in. That's probably like 2 book sales there. And on Etsy, I actually sold a book. So I have all my books, I think. I think I have copies of all my books on Etsy that people can buy signed copies of. I don't really do much to promote this. Like I have some stuff on my website and in my newsletter, and that's really it. I had an Etsy business for a long time, and I actually wrote a book about selling on Etsy, and to complete the circle, the book that I sold this month through Etsy was my Etsy book. So I made roughly $5 on that. I mean, after expenses and all that stuff, it's about a $5 income, roughly. So my total for the month in terms of book sales was $86.30, which is fine. I mean, I'm not going to complain about that. Like I said, it's money. It's, money coming in every month. I did spend some money on advertising. I have some AMS ads going, so I spent $14.50 on AMS ads, and I think some of those were ads that I, when I went in and checked, weren't performing, so I stopped them. I had this issue with AMS ads, and here's what happened. They changed, they had, I can't keep track of the Amazon ads. There's like product display, sponsored product. I can never keep track of which one was which because they were just such like vague, weird names, and they didn't really... To me, they didn't really mean what they were, I guess. I don't know. I had trouble. I didn't like the names. I can't remember the name of Amazon's printing, and apparently I can't remember the names of the ads. But it was like sponsored products and product displays. And one of them they discontinued and now have these lock screen ads. And whatever one they discontinued is the one that was doing really well for my Etsy book. And like that was my best performing ad, like by far. Like I think I'd spent like maybe $30 on this ad and made something like $300 off of it or something. It was a really good ad, and it's gone now. And they had an option where you could, what was it, like download all the information from the ad and redo it as whatever kind is still on there. I think they got rid of product display and now sponsored product. I believe that's the way it goes. Anyway, so I did that, and that ad, I don't think it's barely getting any kind of views or anything. So it's died. That's really what happened there. So I'm kind of annoyed and upset about that because it was by far, it was like such a good ad, for me. And that was kind of like, I was trying to make other ads that would do that well because, it's different with nonfiction versus fiction, I think. But I was just so impressed with how that ad worked. I was like, man, if I could have ads like this for each of my books, I'd be doing really well. Well, now I don't even have that ad. So that was a little bit of an annoying thing for me. And that's one thing just to keep in mind with anything, but especially I think with selling books and doing anything on the internet is like stuff changes all the time. And if you don't like change, you're going to have a hard time because it's like, it's constantly things changing, and it's like frustrating. I know it's like you finally have everything figured out, and then it's like boom, it's gone. It's like something different. Anyway, I got off track because I don't think I finished telling you my total profit for the month. So in the month of February 2019, after my advertising expenses, my income from my books was $71.80. Which, I'll take it. It's not great. Obviously, I can't live on it, but, I can pay a bill or two with it. So, hey, that's a good thing, right? So one of my goals going forward is definitely to make more money from my books, but I don't really have a strategy for all the books that I do have in print right now, because I have some strategies for doing series books. That's what I'm going to focus on. So first I have to actually write the series, and that's what I'm working on right now. And I don't know. I don't know really if there is a good way to figure out how to monetize my backlist. I mean, obviously, I am making some money on my books. I'd like to make a lot more money, and I don't know how to do that right now. That's the issue I'm coming up with. And I have two different genres. Young adult contemporary genre is very tough to market online, so I haven't really. I don't know how to really make money with those books. I do have, a couple of thrillers out there, but the one is really, designed as a reader magnet. So I really only have one thriller that I'm trying to sell and make money from. And I think, I'm finding what a lot of people find when you have one book out there. It's very difficult to make money when you just have one book, unless, you capture lightning or something like that, you get a movie deal or something along those lines. You wind up on some, book list or something, recommended reading list. But a lot of those things are pretty difficult to come by. So in terms of just being, an ordinary writer out there, ordinary book, it is tough with like just one book, or in my case, more books, but really just one that's like in a genre that I can, promote and stuff like that. So that's why I'm working on a 3-book series right now. And yeah, I mean, I'm going to keep, thinking of ways that I can like monetize this backlist of mine. But in the meantime, I'm going to push forward and, work on the 3 books and try to get those out, boom, 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 like one right after another. So even though I'll be finishing, well, hopefully I'll be finishing my first book, in not too long. I mean, months from now, it'll actually probably be ready for publication. I won't be publishing it right away because I want to have all 3 books ready and published, ready to be published, and then release them one right after another. So that is the strategy I'm going to use. And so in the meantime, I'm just kind of hanging in there and, promoting my books little by little and, making money, not losing money. So that's always good. So if you're like me, if you're an author who's out there, just kind of making a little bit of money here and there, know that you are not alone in your efforts. And thank you for joining me on this journey. And we're going to get through. We're going to push through. We're going to, make some big bucks here. But in the meantime, we're paying our dues, I guess. I don't know. If you are an author who's like doing really well and has figured out a way to, make a ton of money on books you already have out there, leave a comment or better yet, just send me an email or something, because I want to know what you're doing. But in the meantime, I do thank all of you for watching, no matter, even if you're not an author, even if you're just watching because you're interested in my crazy author life. But thank you for watching. If you did enjoy this, please give it a thumbs up or subscribe or whatever. Share with your friends, your author buddies, and I will be back again next week, letting you know what's going on in my author life. So if you would like to know more about me and my books, you can always check out my website, which is alyssagrosso.com, ALISSAGROSSO.com. And in the meantime, I hope you all have a great week. Happy reading, happy writing, happy everything. Just hope life is going great for you guys. I'll see you again soon.